Thank you very much. Welcome, fellow Toastmasters. I'm glad the camera's only pointing this direction. You cannot see the throngs of members and guests we have. It's my pleasure now to introduce our Toastmaster for today, Ken Smith. Please help me welcome. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. H.L. Mencken had a couple of cute sayings about democracy. One, democracy is the theory that the common people know what they want and deserve to get it good and hard. He also said democracy is the theory that the common people know what they want. That's what I just said. I have that twice. Bertrand Russell said, our great democracies still tend to think that a stupid man is more likely to be honest than a clever man. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Today is a special election day, but not for me. I don't know if any of you were involved in it at all. The church was closed apparently because Lafayette is having a special election, and the Lafayette border is just up the street here. So it might be their polling place. I don't know. I mean, not the church, Steve. Kensington or Norman. We just said a pledge of allegiance to the flag and to the republic for which it stands, not to the democracy for which it stands. And there's a reason for that. Ancient Greece had a democracy, and Plato wrote about how bad it was and his concept of what a republic would be like in the republic many, many years ago. Some of the problems, Greece, every citizen could vote, but they could call an election on anything they wanted, any time they wanted. There were no planned election schedules. And for example, he says they would call an election for this problem they're having with some other nation, and 15, 20 people may show up, and they have the right to vote, to send their military out to conquer someone. They had to be citizens, but there were a lot of citizens in ancient Greece. Slaves obviously weren't citizens. But the next week, another election might be called, and they might decide to recall those and that military and jail them for doing that. It was crazy. So the concept of a republic, and especially our republic, is we know that power is bad when applied, when people get it. When people have power, they will misuse it. So our founders thought of a way of mixing up the power among competing groups so that no one could dominate, another could always cancel. And that's how our republic is set up. The problem here is, one, the media never says republic, they always say democracy, leading most people to believe we are in a democracy here, and we are not. And we have been gradually getting further and further toward democracy. The ballots, the initiative process that we go through in California is an example of that, where we let the people decide whatever level of intelligence or knowledge or ignorance they may have, they get to vote. An example of how this could go bad was demonstrated by Nathan Zomer in 1997. He circulated a petition among 50 people asking them if they would agree to ban DHMO, dihydrogen monoxide. And he said it's an ingredient that happens to be in many of our food products, including baby formulas and many of our cosmetics, things we put on. And he stated accurately that, one, if you breathe it, you can die. And most people do die. Highly deadly in that form. If it's in its form, it can cause severe burns and cause a major component of acid rain. dihydrogen monoxide. Dihydrogen monoxide, H2O, water. 43 of the people asked to sign the petition signed it. They would ban DHMO, just based on that information. They would ban water. Yes, water, if you breathe it, it's called drowning, you do die. In its gaseous form, steam, it can cause severe burns, and of course, water is the major component of acid rain. And lots of our food is cosmetic. So 6 people said no, they understood what that was, and 1 was undecided. But that's really what happens in our initiative process. People vote based on the TV ad that they saw and liked most, based on that, related to that product. They don't look into it to see what are the realities, what are both sides of the story. So I've been against the initiative process as long as I can remember, but it is what we have. It was established long before I was born. I'd like to see it ended some time, but I also am not very involved with our republic concept, the way this got its structure now, the state either.